Okay, here's my review on the Spongebob movie. So, the movie opens with pirates and buried treasure on the deck, and the treasurers took us to the Spongebob movie, and they start singing the Spongebob theme song as they get into the theater, and the is narrating stuff about the King Bottom, and apparently there's been a lot of stuff that's happening around in the crust, big stuff that's happening um, around the over the crust around the Krusty Krab lost the commotion, so it's a big crowd. So um, SpongeBob gets there and tells him what the problem is, and SpongeBob has like this dirty Harry act going on for him, and he puts a piece of cheese on a sandwich because the Krabby Patty did not have a sandwich with cheese. So it hit it for SpongeBob, and there's a alarm clock goes off in his sleep, and he's excited because today's the day of the opening of the Krusty Krab 2, where he is pretty certain that he will be the manager of the Krusty Krab 2. Um, he takes a shower with Squirrel and brushes his eyeballs with toothpaste and puts soap in his mouth and blows up, and he's clean. And Squidward throws SpongeBob out the window because he was in his shower. So he goes to see Patrick, and after everything, we're going party like we're purple, and the Goofy Goobers ice cream partyable, and they start singing the Goofy Goober theme song, and SpongeBob's at where Mr. Krause announces his manager, and is on the way to the Krabby Patty 2 grand opening, and he steps on Plankton, where Plankton stumbles on to Plan Z, to his another I supposedly final attempt to get the Krabby Patty formula, but we know that's not going to happen. There is no final attempt. Yeah, there really is no final attempt because there's no way that comes after Z. So, and he does it again in the next movie. Tries to steal the formulas, and so he goes to all he's done all of his plans from A to Z, and all except Z have failed. So it's a little confusing that he goes continued for the show to try to steal the Krabby formula in clever ways, and also tries to steal the Krabby formula in the next movie. So Plankton gets stepped on by Spongebob, and he announced his plan to Spongebob, saying that he will rule the world. And SpongeBob says, "Good luck with that." And he explains this is a stupid kid. So SpongeBob thinks that he got the job, but he didn't. He's repeats everything Miss Chris Crab says into his ear, into the microphone. So, he says the reason why he can't be manager because he's not mature. And he went in a nice way, but SpongeBob didn't get it. What are you trying to say? He's saying that SpongeBob's just a kid. Who has been more dedicated to his time of work than Squidward has ever been in the show. So logically, it would be if you tune in, if it was paying attention every day, that SpongeBob works his ass off every fucking day. So naturally, he would get the promotion in a movie that makes sense. But no. Squidward gets the job because, as we all know, Squidward's this Squidward. He doesn't do anything. He just brags about how much better it is, and he reads a book on this and insults his customers and shows no respect for his boss, and also was the one that convinced SpongeBob to be on strike. And so yeah, it makes perfect sense to me for why Squidward and wonder why in Mr. G Krabs is cheap on so many levels, like the biggest fucking level ever. But you see, the reason why SpongeBob and Squidward went on strike is really Squidward's reasons. Is because he thinks that they're being treated unfair and not getting paid enough money. And by both of them, he really needs him. He's just trying to drag SpongeBob down with this sinking submarine. Not to mention, like, Squidward also quit the Krusty Krab one time in an episode, and he became a hobo. Yeah, Squidward is like quite the accomplisher. Hey, Dad, are you listening to this?
Yeah.
How are you taking it? Oh, I'm loving this.
Yeah, I know.
You can tell I'm loving tearing apart this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And good thing is going on. This is actually my favorite movie. So, But I'm just going to rip the shreds and expose the problems that this movie has. Oh, I just like want to do it just to make everyone's life question mark them, so they less more questions about life. They won't know what to say. And when you finally point out holes in movies, they'll eventually go mad. So anyway, Patrick comes to the grand opening, and he has somehow turned his trunks into a parachute, and he has a flag in his butt and it says "Hooray for SpongeBob," and he crashes the pie and asks where everyone go. Did you see my butt? So Plankton goes to steal the crown while the royal crown polisher is being judged for polishing his crown. And Neptune decides he can't execute him, he'll put him 20 years in the dungeon. Well, who would polish his crown? His shiny, squeaky crown. Crown. How did you take that plot hole, Dad? How did you take that plot hole? Or overwhelmed? Or overwhelmed? And he says he has to enforce the laws of the sea community by enforcing, but if he's enforcing the laws of the sea, he won't have a clean crown by punishing the royal crown polisher. It makes no sense. It's like It's like arresting a guy for trying to for polishing your shoes. It just makes perfect sense, doesn't it, when you really think about it? Crap, no. And so SpongeBob is at the Goofy Goober bar. He's in the back and crying his tears out, and because he's really taking it of being kid and not getting the promotion that he definitely deserves really hard. I mean, the SpongeBob has been employee of the month in a row like 100 times in this by now. Or what? I think 171 times. So he's been an employee a month straight. So the episode when Scooter and SpongeBob were complaining for the 20 months, I guess he won that. Ugh. So, anyway, SpongeBob tells him what happened. Tells Patrick what happened, and Patrick orders ice cream with a toy, and so SpongeBob orders the same thing, triple gooseberry sunrise. And they keep on ordering more and more and more, and they get all silly and silly, and they get drunk on ice cream, and he only want one. He says, "Waiter, waiter, waiter," and then the like dance was a peanut guy, and SpongeBob says, goes out to my two best friends in the whole world, and says, "Patrick, it's the peanut guy. It's a little number we call waiter," and they'll pass out on stage, and somehow SpongeBob manages to pass out on the floor, not off of stage, and same way with Patrick. They somehow got moved in different locations when they passed out, and woke up hungover. So, and the waiter tells him what time it is, and SpongeBob finds out he's late for work, and he's pissed at Krabs. And Neptune comes to the Krusty Krab to execute Mr. Krabs, because Mr. Krab has been framed by Plankton for stealing the royal crown, and Plankton left a note at the crime scene saying, "I stole your crown, G. Krabs." And then this voice message is Plankton on the voice message, and he disguises his voice, and he tells Mr. Krab what happened to the crown, and it's now in Shell City, and King Neptune has lost it and reigned to burn Krabs alive, and SpongeBob comes in, and Mr. Krabs wants SpongeBob to vouch for him, and he does, but then he says he's a great big jerk, and he deserves that manager job. And he's like, this is, and he's like, this is, I see my point, and so Mr. Krab is lit on fire, and this joke goes on that his pants is on fire, his underwear is on fire, I'm on fire. And we see him. So his so SpongeBob says that ask if he spares would he spare Mrs. Crab's life if he went to get his crown from Shell City, and he doesn't believe in SpongeBob because he's a kid. Mindy, his Neptune's daughter, played by Scarlett Johansson, does believe in SpongeBob and gets her father to give SpongeBob time and bring the crown back to its owner. And Patrick made it worse by lowering the days. He was negotiating the days, and he's got 6 days to go, and Eugene gets frozen by King Neptune, and they go off in the paddy wagon and ride off, and Patrick and SpongeBob. Plankton steals the secret formula from the Krusty Krab and makes Krabby Patties there, giving away free helmets to everyone in the King Bonham, and Squidward finds out about what's going on, and he figures out his plan, and he says he's going to report him to King Neptune. Why didn't he just go to King Neptune in the first place if he was going to report him to rat him out? If he's just going to tell on him. I don't know. He could have just gone to the King Neptune. Anyway, Plankton presses this button and it activates all the helmets. Now everyone who was wearing the helmet, which is everyone that came on them, except Squidward, has become a zombie, a brainwashed zombie. And Plankton makes Squidward turns Squidward into one of them. And off screen this happens. So SpongeBob, they get their car stolen by this big guy, and they walk and says that Shell City's only 5 days away by a car. And they see where they find the car and where it's parked, and the key's not in there, and so this guy gets thrown out of this tough guy place out the window, and SpongeBob and Patrick look inside the window and SpongeBob wondering how they're going to get the key, and Patrick comes up with this idea of asking them for it, and SpongeBob has people beating this guy up because he was looking at some guy and realized that it is a bad idea and tells Patrick it's a terrible idea. So comes with a plan like, I'll create a distraction, you get the key, but Patrick wants to create the distraction, and the distraction he creates was kind of everyone's attention. I have to use the bathroom. And SpongeBob looking down, this guy's looking down looking down, but SpongeBob's about to reach for the key, and he comes with a excuse because that he was looking for his contacts. So he says, "Oh, there it is. I better go wash it off." So SpongeBob says he got his hand and squirts out soap, and Patrick and SpongeBob start playing with soap, start having a bubble party. And it's a very colorful scene, a very beautiful looking scene. It's so fun. It's like playing. Feels like playing a game of Candyland, and candy. I like candy. And so one of them knows that the people, this guy and the one know who blew this bubble, and all baby bubble blowers, the rule is that they'll be beaten senseless, be beaten without mercy with every member in the bar. And so SpongeBob and Patrick, they all pop the balls, like, get out of the offense. And so as the tracks is slinking out, they are forced to wait and stand in line with all these other guys. And they know how, they know how to wean them out. It says, and he has asked SpongeBob and Patrick, where are the babies, and don't think we know how to wean them out. And so they play the Goofy Goober theme song. And it says, no baby can resist singing along to this. SpongeBob and Patrick, their faces start to melt like wax as they try to hold it in and fight the music. And these two Cyber twins say the Goofy Goober, sing it, and SpongeBob was like, what is SpongeBob and Patrick like, huh? And the manager of the bar is like, huh? it wasn't you two. Uh, so it was so and asked which, and he managed to ask which one of you guys was it. It was him. He said, "I never eaten at Goofy, yeah." And they both said it. So they had themselves say double bait, and double bait beat the living crap out of them. And SpongeBob Patrick escape with the key and ride off to their location. And Mindy's has complete faith in them and told them about the dangers of Shell City, and when told them at the end of the adventure they have to use that they'll need this. It's a magical bag of wind, and she's gonna be queen of the sea one day. She's won all the names of the sea creatures, and Patrick has a crush on her, and so SpongeBob and Patrick are laughing, and